Welcome to Homeless in Australia 2025. Yeah, I feel like expanding on the many ways to boil water whilst camping. Completely unscripted, that's half the fun. I am the fucking art. And also we're going to have to collect up all the different cooking methods from around this chaos mess. But yeah, let's get real. What is a homeless person in Australia? Realistically, the visible homeless are only just now beginning to happen. We've always had, your classic poor drunk bloke living under a bridge. That was my understanding of what an alcoholic was. And then I found out that no, you don't have to live under a bridge to be an alcoholic. But also, the people living under bridges aren't necessarily, alcoholic, drug addict, mind-addled, too far gone for whatever. I'm just saying, the face of unhoused people is changing. Now, I don't know, society's been through this shit before. We've had economic collapse in the past. Fuck, man. Central Park, New York City, has been actual villages multiple times throughout the history of New York. People hanging their business shirts on hangers in fucking trees and getting up going to work to their full-time jobs and stuff. This is it's not new. It's just different and weird now. So, the majority of so-called homeless Australians... Oh, I just realised I'm looking that way and the camera's on that end. Oh, nice. Oh, well. I'm autistic. Deal with it. I'm not making eye contact with you, even if it is over the fucking internet. Ha! Love it. So Australia is full of... They've got a word for it. Unsecure housing? No, I'm just saying. Half the country's sleeping on each other's couches. There's overcrowding of, tiny fucking apartments. Domestic violence, according to the statistics and shit, domestic violence is the number one cause of new homeless people now in Australia. Now, why is everybody fucking beating on each other inside their houses? Because the second biggest fucking cause of homelessness is unaffordable housing. Rich people can't afford to fucking live indoors anymore. And if rich people can't, what the fuck happened to all the poor people? What the fuck happened to all the people who were already barely fucking hanging on for all those decades? And then chuck a bit of an apocalypse in there. Chuck, thousands of fucking destroyed small businesses in there. And so essentially now, really, there are no homeless people in Australia. There's just a lot of illegal camping. And yeah, cool, we've always had backpackers. They come and visit Australia. Oh, I'm going to get a van. Van lifers before van lifing was invented. They buy a van. They travel around for their 12-month tourist visa. They flog it off cheap to the next person. And they go home. And they go, yay, look, I travelled the entirety of Australia and it was great. That used to be the niche of the young traveller and a lot of overseas travellers. In Australia, we call our snowbirds, we call them grey nomads. People who have a full house. And a lot of them have sold that house in order to buy their rig. That's how fucking expensive it is to get a decent quality rig. You're looking at least $250,000 for a vaguely half-decent caravan, and you're looking at 80,000 plus for a vehicle that's able to tow 2.5 ton. We don't have fifth wheelers in Australia. We don't have like big pickup trucks that can tow fifth wheelers. They are getting more common, but again, these are people that have sold a house and swapped it. So you would expect that they're going to have a house quality for what they've done, you know. But anyways, yeah, we call them grey nomads. And they essentially, you know, do the lap of Australia, and it's adorable. But these are all people with money, and these are all people with backup things or support networks or, you know, retirement pensions and stuff like that. They've fucking earned, you know, they've earned that. But the problem is that now there's this whole class of normal people who are just suddenly finding themselves dropped out of their entire fucking life. And they've slowly, well, what do you do if you got nowhere to stay? What do? Well, you stay at your friend's place. Okay, cool. But, like, you can't live on your friend's couch forever. That friend starts to go, oh, excuse me. And they're like, you know how you used to say, oh, you can stay with me until you find somewhere. People know now that there is nowhere to be found. So people are feeling like they can't offer. You know, you've got people. If you've got a vehicle, people are moving straight into their vehicles. Fuck, man, I met a woman who spent all the money that she had saved on hiring a fucking car so she could sleep in it in a public car park. That's fucking dire, man. So essentially, what is homeless people in Australia? We're all just illegally camping, essentially. Anybody that's whatever the character arc that has suddenly put a person boots on the ground of going, oh shit. Oh, I actually have autonomy over my own survival now. There is no one to call. You've already called them all. You've already got all the services. They gave you a phone number. They gave you a piece of paper. They told you that the salvos will be open 3 days from now. And when you go there, I'm grateful for salami, but also, please, listen. When people say, please, I don't need any more salami. Please listen. Please listen. You're killing people with weird luxuries. So, I've been saying for a while now. I mean, you know, people were pissing me off. I had some media last year, some media coming up in here fucking wanting to write a story and shit. And I said, yeah, this would be great because I've got a message that I want to get out there. Let's talk. That reporter is not trying to... So I told him where to go to find the people, to tell the fucking report that he wanted to... I told him what report to write, and good on him. He went and he did it. Good on him. But he also got told quite fucking clearly, you do not blow up the fucking location of my home. You're dealing with an actual fucking person that lives in a field. How sane do you want to bet your life that I am. I wouldn't be making wages like that. Fucking people. Trying to. The story they wanted to write was a poor me, victim. Poor me, the government needs to do more, the government needs to save everybody, the government, oh my God, let's blame it all on the fucking government. If he was on board with writing a more nuanced article, then yeah, we could have talked. But bottom line, don't you think the Australian government does quite a lot? Every state in this fucking country has unemployment benefits. We have access to government money. If you go and jump through enough of their flaming hoops, and most people, I'm not saying all, but most people will be able to find a fucking pathway to accessing the government teat. And yet what? Oh, the government. Well, here's my first question. Which government? Which level of government? How do you mean? Nah, I'm sorry. If you can't even fucking state which level of government you're pissed off at and which legislation is it that you're actually not happy with, and what is your proposed pathway for approaching this in an appropriate manner? Nah, man, you can get the fuck out of my way. Fucking blame the government. What are you fucking blaming the government for? I'm living rent-free on government land. Thank you, government. Fuck, people and their perceptions. And me and my fucking ranting. Because here's the thing. Like I said to this idiot, was, but there's so many people living in tents now. There's people living in tents. There's tents everywhere. And I lost my fucking cool. I lost my cool with him. And in the end, I just looked at him. I said, mate, if Australia doesn't want people sleeping on the street in tents, stop fucking handing out tents to people. And then there won't be people living in tents. Full stop. Because at one point he goes, this is visible. You can see my home. And I said, yes, that's by deliberate fucking design. I am Jupiter. I am deliberately visible because I want all you fuckers to get drawn here rather than going hassling individual motherfuckers who are trying to just do their own thing. Facebook is full of assholes blowing up the private sleeping locations of homeless women. Oh, I've noticed that homeless woman sleeps here every fucking night. You know, just down behind the... What the fuck? No. You want to talk to a fucking homeless person, you go to the one that's got 1,200 fucking tents set up right on the main road. And you ask them your fucking questions. If I didn't want to be an art performance, I wouldn't have fucking chosen this spot. Duh. People want to go crying about the fucking government. That's not what I'm here. What are we going to do? We're going to cry ourselves, cry us a river, and we'll all fucking drown in it. We might as well all just go jump off a fucking cliff right now. Which is why I just fucking can't. I just can't with that mentality. So 14 minutes of ranting, let's get to the point of the fucking video. When society hands you nothing and waves you out to be instantly Bear Grylls, where are you supposed to take that fucking tent that they just handed you? They can't tell you. They can't tell you, where do I take this tent? And where do I set it up? They can't tell you anywhere to take it. Are you meant to take it into the middle of town and set it up on concrete like you saw them on the internet in LA? Is that where you're meant to put it? Are you meant to, like, what, go and find a nature reserve and camp under a fucking gum tree? Like we're in Waltzing Matilda? Are you meant to put it up somewhere and leave it up there? Is that your home now? Or are you meant to, like, pack it down every morning and just put it up and take it down? They can't tell you any of these fucking things because there's no process for it. There's no nothing at fucking all. And so these weird little vanguard people just having to implement, fuck around, find out. Well, I suppose if I want to find out if I can do it, I have to go and do it and then see if it fucking works. Oh, I'm in a sweary mood today. How to boil water. Camping is 80% boiling water, the other 20% is hauling water to boil water. If in doubt, boil water. It will keep you sane. When you do not know what else to do, just fucking find a way to make water, find a way to get water, make it hot, get yourself a fucking tea bag, put it in there, and then you can sit yourself down and you can have a minute of familiar human sanity.